I'm originally from New York City, so I'm a survivor of 9/11. How you doing? I'm Arturo. I'm a crossing guard here on State Street in Federal. Been doing this for about 6 months. I'm originally from New York City. We came up here, wife and I and the kids. The wife took a teaching job up here, but the real motivation was the real estate value. We were looking in New Jersey. We looked at Virginia. It was Manassas, Virginia, to be clear. And then we were looking at Long Island as well. Most notably, one place was Nautical Mile, it's called. The thing is, all the real estate's expensive, incredibly expensive. And my wife has had a friend living up here for many years already in Springfield. And so a house popped up, and very nice area, and we jumped on it. The real estate value at the time was very affordable, extremely affordable compared to New York. And Virginia, we were looking at Virginia because a shipmate buddy, I was in the Navy, and I still keep in touch with some of my shipmates. And one of them is in Virginia, and he's like, come on down, and we've been down there, and it's really nice down there. It's called Manassas, Virginia. Not too far from Maryland, of course, but bubble never burst. It never burst. We were hoping the bubble would burst, and it still hasn't burst, and it's been 15 years. That's how long, and it still hasn't burst. New Jersey, we looked into New Jersey, and but the thing about Springfield, I personally like it. It's a slower pace, which is what I wanted. I'm at that age in my life where New York City, as much as I like the city life, I don't like the city living, which is the hustle and bustle. I'm not with that any longer. I guess I'm at that age now where I don't want to take the subway and rush through the crowd and position myself on a platform so that I can get off the train by the stairs to beat the crowd. I mean, this was every single day for years, and it's taken its toll. Out here, it's a lot quieter. The population level here is 159,000 compared to 8 million people in New York, so that's a huge difference, in speed, in tone and rhythm around here. It's been a little acclimating to. I'll share this with you. I came in January of 2016, and sometime in February, in the middle of the night, I just woke up drowning in silence. It was so quiet, it was deafening. And I've never experienced that in my life. I lived on an aircraft carrier. I slept in what we called a coffin rack, which was literally like the size of a coffin. And you would think that would, you would come out claustrophobic from that. No, the sound, no sound at all, was deafening. So my brother tells me next time that happens, just go on YouTube and download New York City white noise. That happened to me several days later. Again, I woke up in the middle of the night, and what I was doing is turning on all the lights, turn on the TV. I needed sound. I wanted to walk outside, but I realized it's not New York City. There's no sidewalks. There's nowhere to walk unless I get in my car and drive, and I didn't want to drive. I played the YouTube sounds, New York City sounds, and I was out like that. So every now and then, I feel the urge to listen to New York City sounds, and I go and I just play it. And all it is just the background noise of traffic, sirens, people yelling, yo, whatever it is. So it's comforting for me. I completely understand folks who have lived quiet their entire lives and move into a place like New York City, and it's loud all the time. It is. One of the big reasons also for leaving New York City is, so I'm a survivor of 9/11. I was in Tower 180 first floor, the first building that got hit. And I worked for a company called Network Plus, owned by Rob Hale Jr. And so we start our shift 8 in the morning. It's 8 to 6 every single day, Monday through Friday. And I remember that day like an hour ago, like it happened an hour ago. It hasn't left me. However, while I was living in New York City, I had issues with, walking around in the financial district. I couldn't see myself down there much. It just reminded me too much of what happened that day. And so that was one of the motivating factors of leaving New York City. So coming to Springfield, again, it's very quiet in comparison. I do recommend a lot of folks try out Springfield. Keep in mind too, that there's a subway line. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they've broken ground. They've been talking about this for God knows how long before I even got here. But they've broken ground to build a subway line to connect Springfield to Worcester and to Boston. So in my head, that is equivalent to the Metro North in New York City and the LIRR, which is where you're going to go out to the residential areas and then commute into work and back. And that's the goal they want here as well. I can only imagine the real estate value here is going to increase. This is going to be like Long Island, and it's going to be like upstate New York taking the Metro North. That's how it's going to be. So we got in here just in time. We got here just in time to get a house, 4 bedroom, 3 bathroom, pretty nice, substantial, backyard, long driveway. Because I would have stayed in New York actually if I had a permanent parking spot. There are parking spots in Brooklyn that they're selling for $250,000. A parking spot in a parking garage. And I remember this because this lady was selling her spot in Park Slope, Brooklyn. And Park Slope, Brooklyn is incredibly expensive. And we were living there for a short time when it was affordable. Now it's not.
Wow.
So yeah, the brownstone we were living in was a beautiful brownstone on Carroll Street in New York, in Brooklyn. And it's $1,240 we were paying a month for rent in this 4-bedroom, 2-bath apartment in a brownstone in Brooklyn. We had the entire 2nd floor and raised my kids in there. But unfortunately we had to move out. The landlady passed and her kids didn't want to keep the brownstone. They didn't, so they sold it for $1.4 million, the brownstone. Yeah. And that's where the brownstones on the average are going for up to $1 million. Even if it's a bit dilapidated, they'll still pay the price because you're paying for the environment as well as the building. So, but this is nice. I really feel this city has a lot of potential. It does. I feel that with the increase of the population, I think it's also going to increase competition with restaurants.
Oh yeah, what's your favorite restaurant here?
It's really hard to say. I haven't pinpointed a favorite restaurant. I'm sorry. With all due respect, guys that were born and raised in Springfield, sorry. It's just I was immersed in New York where there's 350,000 restaurants. It will take you 20 years to visit one restaurant per day. That's insane. The competition level is so high that it behooves them to keep the food delicious. And that's how they pull in business. And I feel sometimes Springfield, you kind of miss your mark every now and then. I think you get a bit complacent. And I think we need to kind of light the fire under you so that you can really get in there. I know some of these restaurant owners are looking at me like, who's this guy talking about? You don't like it? Go back to New York if you don't like our food here. No, but I've been, for the most part, I like it. It's a good speed for me. And but I know it's going to increase in 10-20 years. It's going to be probably another 159,000 people here.
Wow.
Remember, that train line is only going to increase opportunity, and so I really think the real estate value could increase around here because of that. So but yeah, I really have no complaints, really, except if you guys cannot use your turn signals way before you actually are at the corner. That's like walking up to somebody's house and knocking on their door. It's almost the same thing. Give me the turn signal down there. Give me a heads up, guys. All right, thank you so much.
I just want to say thank you for the service. I see you every day here and you do a great job.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Likewise.